Okay, good morning. The Parole Board's called to order. Today is April 30th, 2026. My name is Pete Freeman. I will be the acting chair today. Along with me on the panel is Ms. Stapleton to my right and Ms. Ledoux on Zoom. Our first case today will be at CADDO Correctional. Would staff at CADDO introduce yourself, please?
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
This is Lieutenant Parker Crockett. I am so sorry.
It's okay. Thank you, Lieutenant, for being there today. Tell you, you got Jeremiah for us?
Yes, sir. One second. He's walking in now.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning.
Okay, Jeremiah, my name is Pete Freeman. I'm gonna be the chair today. To my right is Ms. Stapleton, Ms. Ledoux's on Zoom. We're gonna be your panel, okay?
No, my name's Mr. Trotter, sir, not Jeremiah.
Okay. Okay, I will try. Okay, Mr. Trotter, we'll do yours, okay? All right, so Mr. Trotter, I see you represented by counsel today. Counsel, you want to introduce yourself for the record?
No, sir, that's not my counsel, sir.
Stephen Glasso is not your attorney anymore?
Oh, yes, he's mine. Is he here?
I don't know. Is he? Yeah. Stepped away from the camera, but he's here. Was he appointed counsel or you hired?
No, he's my attorney, sir.
There he is. There he is. Okay, good morning, Mr. Glassel. Would you state your name and introduce yourself for the record? Please unmute your mic.
He's probably trying to do it.
Yeah, he's trying.
Oh, he's getting help, huh? Now, can you hear him?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for helping us
Okay.
out.
Okay, great.
Now,
Okay, my name is Stephen Glassell, 900 Piermont, Suite 111, Shreveport, 71106. My bar number is 6052. I'm the attorney for Ed Trotter, I guess, on this matter, as well as the pending cases in Caddo District Court.
Okay, well, thank you, Mr. Trotter. You can interject anytime you want. Well, I'm all confused. Mr. Glassel, you can interrupt anytime you want on behalf of your client. It's kind of early in the morning for you.
Yes, it is.
Okay, all right. So would staff at headquarters introduce yourself?
yes, sure.
Okay, Mr. Trotter, do you have a parole questionnaire with you? You already have an attorney, so it really doesn't matter. But it would just say that if you needed an attorney, you would have to hire one, and you do have personal counsel.
Yes, sir, I'm looking at it.
Okay. All right. Well, your case was assigned to Ms. Ledoux. She is going to lead this investigation this morning, so I'm going to turn it over to her.
We had asked for a continuance of this hearing. May I interrupt?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
We had asked for a continuance of this hearing. The charges deal with arrest in Caddo Parish for multiple counts of theft and one felon possession of a firearm. Those cases are still pending in Caddo. This is an old case, but it's I think one of the reasons it's still pending is that we're on the fourth ADA to handle it, and he just, I don't know. We have issues that are still awaiting decision of the court, pretrial issues dealing with admissibility of evidence. And so this is not our request for a hearing. We would like to continue this until—
He's been in jail over a year now. In fact, he's been in jail, looks like 2 years you've been being ill, correct?
This is an old case. I'm admitting that.
Yeah, so we're going to proceed today. I think we have enough information in the record to proceed. Do my four board members agree? Mr. Ledoux?
Yes, I mean, we have no
That's why we
guarantee.
went to the, yeah, go ahead.
We have no guarantee he'll actually be heard then May 5th, 2026. Is that correct?
Run that by me again.
Do you
The-
have a guarantee he's going to court in May or not? I mean, you think y'all will finish with the charges in May?
It's a guarantee that they're going to court in May.
Okay, we have a court date, I think on May 5th, and that's just for some pretrial hearings on pending
Right.
legal issues in this case.
Okay, well, okay, we're gonna continue with this hearing today, because he's been held over 2 years, and I think we have enough information in the record to determine if there's probable cause to feel that he violated his parole. And our burden of proof is not near what the burden of proof is in court. Our burden of proof, we can have hearsay, we can have whatever, but if we prove that he had a gun in his possession or drugs on him, then it can be used against him. So let's go on and proceed. Go ahead,
So
Mr. Question.
what's going to happen, Mr. Trotter and your attorney can assist you in this. I'm going to read out some allegations of parole violations, and I would like for you to enter a plea
Here,
of guilty, guilty with a statement, or not guilty. It's alleged that Trotter failed to report for the months of May, July, and December of 2020, and March, April, and September of 2023, and January of 2024. How do you plead?
Not guilty on that. They straightened it out for me on that. I plead not guilty. It was just 1 month, ma'am. I
Okay.
took a picture. I had COVID. They told me call them and let them know if I can't make it. So I didn't go to work that day, and I called the parole officer, and it's in my phone when I called them, and I took a video of it, and we straightened that out. But the other two, we straightened it out because I was there, and I signed the thing.
Okay.
When I came in, so it was only one day, 1 month.
Okay. Okay. Then you're pleading not guilty.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's
Yes,
what I
ma'am.
asked.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Allegation number 4, Trotter was arrested for committing the offense of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon in 2 counts of simple burglary on 2/21 of 24. The case is set for, I guess, evidentiary disclosure, May 5th, 2026. How do you plead?
Not guilty, ma'am.
Okay. Trotter was arrested on allegation number 5. Trotter was arrested for committing the offense of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon on 2/21 of 24 by Shreveport Police Department. How do you plead?
Not guilty with a statement, ma'am.
Okay.
I don't know if I want you to make a statement.
Yes, sir.
Issues are still pending, and they're, the consequences of a state court conviction are, all due respect to the parole board, a lot more serious than the parole revocation because it's up to 20 years without benefits. So I don't want to say anything about the gun now. So
Thank you. We'll note that, and it's not guilty. Allegation number 10, Trotter failed to pay fees and is currently in arrears.
Not guilty because I've been here for 2 years and some months.
Okay. Mr. Trotter, you were paroled on 7/23 of 2019.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just want to make note of that. You are a 4th class offender. So why don't you, you say you're not guilty on any of these charges, but you were arrested, that's correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This wasn't your first arrest during your time of supervision, was it?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
You had been arrested previously, and in 2020, correct?
Yes, ma'am. It wasn't my fault, but I was, and the charge was dismissed on that, ma'am.
Mhm. Okay. And you had some special conditions. Had you maintained full-time employment?
Yes, ma'am. I was a supervisor, LSU auctioneer, and I also, when I got out, I had 2 other jobs, but I started business myself, power washing homes and detailing cars at my shop. But I still had my job at LSU auctioneer, LSU supervisor over housekeeping.
Okay. Who are the co-defendants in this these assumed cases? Who are your co-defendants?
I had one co-defendant. I want to make this clear. I wasn't arrested. I was arrested on the 21st, 12 days after my house was searched, ma'am. 12 days after,
Mhm.
not on the 21st, 12 days after. But I had one co-defendant, Mr. Green.
Right. So let me ask you this. When the detectives obtained a search warrant for your residences, both you and Green, Trotter's residence, they found a Smith & Wesson in the laundry room, and it was seized. During the search, a laptop, tablet, and cell phone were seized, notating communication between the two of you regarding the alleged burglaries. Also, they were able to triangulate your cell phone to put you in the area of the burglaries when they occurred. Do you deny that there was a gun that was found in your home?
I wasn't there. I wasn't at home until I came home 3 days later. I was talking to the officer on the phone. And I was out of town. I had been out of town when I got off work that night. So I wasn't even there.
I realize you were not there.
Yes, ma'am.
That was your home that they searched, correct?
May I interject here? You're asking
Yes.
questions that are at the heart of our defense on the gun, and I really don't want to try that before the parole board. He has some defenses. If they say they found a gun in his house, that's what we're having to deal with. He didn't possess the gun. There can be things in your house that you don't necessarily possess. Somebody else might possess, and so I don't want to try. Really don't want to try that issue before the parole board.
I think we need to just make our determinations from the arrest reports that we're reading.
Yeah, there is no other way to show my preponderance of evidence except to illuminate what the police report, which you have to understand, the police report is a credible document in our standard of evidence. Okay, so if I cannot go down that trail, then Mr. Chairman, I'll turn the questioning back over to you.
I have no questions. I've read the arrest report from top to bottom. Ms. Love.
I agree with my colleagues.
Okay, is the panel ready to vote?
Mr. Trotter.
Yes, ma'am.
Based on the evidence provided to us by the police department and by probation and parole office, my vote is to revoke based on the preponderance of evidence against you. That is not a court of law standard. I understand that, attorney, but that is the level that we need to have. So my vote is to revoke.
I concur with Ms. Ledoux.
And I also feel that you violated condition number 4, and my vote is to revoke. So your parole's been revoked. Good luck to you in your court trials. You've already got 2 years credit for time, so you probably won't be in much longer. Good luck to you.
They did.
I guess I'm off.
Okay, Mr. Bryce Duhon, we're here now for your revocation hearing. We're at Lafayette Parish. My name is Pete Freeman. Along with me is Ms. Ledoux and Ms. Stapleton will be your panel today. Would you please state your name and DOC number for the record?
Bryce Duhon, 596655.
Okay, and do you have your parole questionnaire?
Exactly what is that?
We're gonna put it up on the screen. Tell us if you recognize this document.
Okay.
Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're not eligible for appointed counsel. If you wanted counsel, you would have had to hire your attorney. Do you want to proceed today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Duhon, I've been assigned your case. And basically what we got is that you had a revocation hearing before the board and they ordered you to go to Steve Hall in lieu of revocation. But you refused to go. What's the deal?
Because they basically told me that if I was gonna have to sit until, and my time wasn't gonna start till I went to the program, and they told me that they didn't know when I was even gonna start the program.
Well, it wouldn't have been long. I mean, it's never long.
That's all the information they gave me, so it was I was going based on what they gave me.
Hmm. Did you realize you don't go to that, I gotta revoke you?
No, nobody told me that.
Well, I mean, we've already gave you a chance. That's what we was trying to do. Is to give you an opportunity not to be revoked.
Well, I was asking questions whenever I was at the preliminary hearing, and they wouldn't tell me anything. So I knew none of that.
Okay. All right. So you just didn't want to sit there and wait for the probe.
Well, they told me they didn't know how long I was even gonna have to sit and wait for it. So, like, they literally gave me no information about the program whatsoever. Any questions I asked, they kept just telling me I don't know.
Okay, you willing to go to the probe?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give you one more shot at going to the program, but you need to realize you don't go to the program, we're gonna revoke you when you come back.
Okay.
We're sending you this program because we think it'll help you and it'll make you stay out, and we didn't want you to stay in all the way to, what was it, 32, I believe your expiration date is?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, my board members, I don't know if they're gonna agree with me, but that is gonna be my recommendation, that we give him another shot at Steve Hart.
Okay.
May I ask for clarification, Chairman? Did he appear before the board, or was this a recommendation by the Probation and Parole Office to the board?
Did you come before us before?
No, that was offered to me at my preliminary hearing before the board.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so well, we can have the preliminary hearing, we can go back over the stuff, but that's gonna be my recommendation at the end of it again.
Okay.
So, Mr. Duhon, are you admitting that you have a drug problem?
Yes, ma'am. I have a drug problem.
Okay. And was that what caused you not to report to the officer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm ready to vote at the appropriate time.
Okay, I'm gonna be first, Mr. Duhon, find you in violation of condition number 2, 3, 6, 9, and 10. As found by your preliminary hearing, we're gonna offer you the option of going to Steve Hall in lieu of revocation. And you have agreed to that option. I think it's the best option for you, and I think you know, when you come out, you ought to be good and straight. It's the best program we have.
Okay, thank you,
Okay?
sir. Thank
All
you, sir.
right, that's my vote. Ms. Ledoux? We
My
got
vote.
people. Do you still want your family to speak on your behalf?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Based on reading the probation and parole officer's report and your admission of a drug problem, my vote is to, in lieu of revocation, send you to a long-term substance abuse program within the Department of Correction. And upon completion of that program, that you would have to have AANA once a month, once a week for 6 months.
Okay.
Ms. Stapleton?
I concur with both my colleagues and Ms. Ledoux, her special conditions.
Okay. All right, look, good luck to you, buddy. Go to that program. I'm serious. You got a lot you can learn there.
Thank you,
And
sir.
it's definitely in your best interest, okay? And we'll try to get you there as soon as possible.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Hello?
Morning. We're now at St. Bernard Parish Prison. I know they're having a little difficulties. The camera's not working, but as long as y'all can hear us, we're gonna proceed. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Would the warden or whoever's there tell us your name?
Sergeant Babin.
Okay. Is there anything you want to say about the subject? Has he given you any problems since he's been in there?
Not since you've been here, no, sir.
Mr. Smothers, would you state your name and DLC number?
Byron Smothers, 381796 DOC.
Okay. I saw you had a court date on 4/16. Did y'all go to court on that date?
Yes, we went to court, but they did a continuance for the 14th. If she don't show up, they'll release me.
Okay, so she didn't show up. Okay. All right. It was that the first time she didn't show up for a hearing?
Yeah, that was that. I've been to court 5 times and she never showed up.
Okay. All right. And do you have your parole questionnaire? Has to
Yeah.
say whether you can have a lawyer or not, whether you need appointed counsel.
Yeah, I have that one.
Okay, do you understand you're not eligible for appointed counsel? If you wish for appointed counsel, you would have to hire it.
Okay.
Okay. All right, your case was assigned to Ms. Ledoux. Ms. Ledoux?
Mr. Smothers, it appears that you were paroled on December of 23. When you were paroled, did you live with your victim at any point after your parole date?
No, I lived at 730 Delray Street.
With your mother, correct?
Yeah, with my mother.
So how long have you been married to the victim?
We've been married almost 2 years, 3 years.
She's gotta stay with it.
And that way, that's what the problem came in at, because we was married and she couldn't understand why I had to live with my parents. And we already explained that to her, that I couldn't live with her.
Correct, because of the requirements.
Yeah, the requirements. And I know that if I do that, I have a chance of hurting myself, so it went from there. And then my father and my mother is 84 years old. My daddy have cancer. He had colon cancer, and he just beat the cancer about a month ago. He rung the bell. And my mother had congestive heart failure, and she had a fall at Frankenton Fairway. She broke her elbow and had a knee surgery too. So it required for me to be there, and I felt honored, like, I was part of something for my parents to need me to be there to help them. So she couldn't understand that, why I had to choose my parents before her. And I said, well, I thought maybe, we got married, and if you wanted to be with me, I told you the situation, that I had to be there for them. And I'm like their caretaker. And I had just got a job working at Antoine's, which I've been trying to get at Antoine's in New Orleans for years. And, she brought me to the job to get the job, and I left my phone in her car. And so she went through my phone and seen that an ex-girlfriend of mine had texted me and said hello, which the girl Ben had my number. And that's all the girl said. hey, how you doing? I said, how you doing? That was it. So she went to my phone, and that's how all this created to be, a situation like that. Like I said, we both had acted childish through the whole scenario instead of being adults about the whole situation and made it to this point. But it never was anything like fighting or anything like that. It was just a bad argument that went wrong. She knocked my phone out the hand, broke my phone. So at the time when I was asking her to bring me home, and I grabbed her phone, I said, well, I'm gonna grab your phone. I said, bring me home, bring me home. So when I walked outside, I was trying to get her to come bring me home with the car. So I walked thinking that she was gonna follow behind me to bring me home, but she did. So I went home, and 3:30 in the morning, she come knock on my door and got her phone. And that was that. Then 2 days later, she called St. Bernard Police and said that I took the phone and I scratched her. That was it. And I don't never had any problem. I ain't never the whole while I ever been incarcerated or at home. I never had a domestic or any kind of battery in my life. So
Mr. Smothers, I read every one of the agent's entries during your time of supervision. And why? So let me read your allegations, okay? So it's alleged that you broke your conditions of parole because you were arrested for domestic abuse battery on 1/20/26. How do you plead to that?
not guilty.
Okay. Also, you have arrearage of your supervision fees, $1,512. How do you plead to that?
Not guilty with a statement because they had wanted me to pay my
Registration.
he wanted me to get that out the way. And at the time when I was getting that out the way, I was out of work a year and a half because I got plantar fasciitis and my big toe had got infected. And my parole officer, he seen where my feet was messed up. And that's why I say I just got this job before I turned myself in. I got my first check on the 20th that I can turn myself in. And so I've been in jail ever since.
You were up to date with all of your other registration requirements.
Yes, I was paying them all out.
And you were working, I saw that you did work at several restaurants, and that when you weren't working, you were painting houses and things like that, trying to
stay,
yeah, and be productive, So you said you have had several times where the victim has not shown up for court?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Have you had any contact with the victim since you've been incarcerated this time? I'm sorry, I missed your response. What?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No.
No.
Okay. Those are the questions that I wanted to ask. If my colleagues have any questions, so
I do. Are y'all still married?
Yes, but when I get out, I'm going to the civil building and on Partridge, and they give free divorce, and I'm a divorce, because I feel like two people that was one, and then if it's creating a problem between the both of us because of the situation that we live in, there's no need for us to be married. I want the best for her, and I hope she wants the best for me. It's just, the juvenile came into both of us. Just a little simple situation that took place.
Correct. Hey, do y'all have any kids together?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, I have no further questions.
Does she have a stay away order against you with an
Yes,
$8,000 bond?
Yes, they gave one when I first went to court, they gave me a stay away order that we'll stay away from each other, and that's good. And because Orleans, I don't have no reason to come in the parish at all, so I won't come back down here for nothing. They got the Walmart, all the stores that I need in Orleans parish.
Well, let's get back to the stay away order.
Okay.
Stay away order, according to this, is in effect till July of 2027. And you got an 8,000, so they have a hearing for all of that. And then there's a, they don't always just give stay away orders. So what was the problem that they felt it was necessary to do that? And the stay away order is against you, correct?
Yeah, the stay away order.
It's against you.
The stay away order because of the Gwynn law that they have in.
That's the Gwynn law, right?
Yeah. That's what.
Yeah, so they present evidence as to why it would be dangerous for you to be around this person. They don't just give them out. So what was the problem?
Well, that was the problem. The stay away order was the Gwynn law that she said that I scratched her, but
Wasn't there.
my lawyer had asked the judge, did she have me by the home? Did she have to go to the hospital or anything? Judge said no. So the lawyer had said, well, we're gonna dismiss that with the scratch because she came by my house. Even though that happened, I left her house about 9:30. She came by my house 3 o'clock in the morning to get her phone. So if I hurted her, or if she said not to come down there, why you didn't call the police before I came? So that's the question that the lawyer asked. You come by my house 3 o'clock in the morning to get your phone. So how can I scratch you and then you come by my house 3 o'clock in the morning to get the phone?
Okay. All right. Well, I just wanted to hear your side of why there's a stay away order, because normally that comes with some evidence, and it's like you said, it involves Gwynn's law where a person was murdered because of a domestic incident. Okay, thank you.
Thank
Okay, I think the panel is ready to vote. Ms. Ledoux?
Yes, Mr. Smothers. I take domestic abuse battery very seriously. I would like to say that I think you've been doing a great job since you've been out. My vote is going to be to not revoke, but to require you to take a domestic abuse battery class on the outside. I know that's additional burden, but I think that we would satisfy our concerns for violence if you are required to take that class.
And I really do accept that because, all of us, everybody get to the point to where they get angry, might call names.
Right. Okay, let us finish voting. Okay, Ms. Carolyn?
Okay, today, sir, I listened to what you had to say, and I hope all of it is the absolute truth. But based upon the fact that she was able to get a stay away order from you and the charge of domestic violence, my vote is going to be to revoke. And is it possible for me to have him go to domestic violence while he's in? I'm going to recommend, and it sounds like you're okay with it, for you to attend domestic violence classes through DOC. That's going to be my recommendation, but just mine.
Okay, and my recommendation is going to be that we not revoke, that you take the class that Ms. Ledoux said, and that you stay away from the victim.
Yes.
Okay, you said y'all getting a divorce, you stay away from her. If she comes anywhere around you, just leave.
Right.
Do not even have a conversation, because if it comes back again, it's not gonna be so lucky.
Right.
So that's the vote today. It's 2-1. So the vote is that you be continued on supervision, complete a domestic violence class, and stay away from the victim in this case.
Right. And I have one more thing to say, if I can. My parole officer, my mother and my daughter told me to put a stairway order on that lady months before it happened. And
Right. So listen to parole officers sometimes, huh?
yeah, so thank you for everything, and I appreciate you, and I won't let you down.
Okay, good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the parole board's called back to order. Time is 9:40. We're here now for the revocation hearing on JMAE Dimes. Mr. Dimes, would you state your name and DOC number for the record?
JMAE Dimes, 779618.
Okay, and Mr. Dimes, we're here today for your revocation hearing. Do you have a parole questionnaire with you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's about counsel, and you have retained counsel. We have your attorney also joining us, Mr. Strauss. Would you introduce yourself for the record?
Good morning, Marty Strauss, on behalf of Mr. Dimes.
Okay. All right, Mr. Strauss, you can interrupt at any time and help your client along the way, okay?
Thank you.
If you want to, and also we'll have speaking at the proper time, Terry Pierce, Orleans Public Defenders, Kaya Lunan, girlfriend, I hope I got that right, Regina Dimes' mother, and then you also have your attorney. Okay, this hearing was assigned to Ms. Stapleton. Ms. Stapleton.
Okay. All right, good morning, sir. I'm gonna read rule violations and you plead guilty with a statement. You can plead or not guilty. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Okay, violation of rule number 2. You have not reported to your parole officer since 10/11/2024. You reported for your initial visit on 10/11/2024 and you was never seen again. How did you plead?
Not guilty?
You said not guilty?
Not guilty?
And it's gonna be a statement?
No.
No, just not guilty. Okay. Number 4, you were arrested by officers of the New Orleans Police Department on 10/4/2025 when you were charged with aggravated battery. This charge was later refused. How do you plead?
Not guilty?
Okay. Okay, and you have failed to provide proof of employment to your parole officer. Were you employed?
Not yet. No.
So,
No.
so that you're pleading guilty for that?
Yeah.
Guilty with the statement that you don't have a job?
Yeah.
Did you try to get a job?
Yeah. David Buster recently emailed me back and a few other places.
Okay, and then number 9, you failed to provide a valid residential address where you could be visited by your parole officer.
Guilty. I was homeless.
Okay, you were homeless?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and then number 10, you have paid no supervision fees and are currently $630 in arrears.
Guilty. I did not have the job to pay for it.
Okay. All right, so the first one you pled not guilty. He says that you reported the first time in 10/11/2024, but he's never seen you again. So tell me about your visits with your parole officer.
I showed up, but I was a bit late, so I didn't get to see him. I showed up a few times and I also called in, but yeah, I wasn't able to get in contact with him.
So you really never did see him. Is that what you're saying?
I saw him the first time, but after that, no.
Yeah, well, that's what he said. So that's actually, he's telling the truth. Okay. And then you were arrested for the aggravated battery charge. Why don't you tell me about that?
Can I go to my lawyer for that?
What's that?
He was asking if I can speak on his behalf for that.
Okay,
You can, but we're
Um,
gonna have questions for him.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think the gist of it, and I did provide also a written packet that I'm hoping you have before you as
Sure.
well.
Mhm.
So that charge of aggravated battery he was arrested for it and sorry, this is Marty Strauss with Orleans Public Defenders. He was arrested for it on October 4th and was refused by the state of Louisiana on November 21st. Mr. Dimes maintains that he was acting in self-defense during this incident. And at the same time, even as he's maintaining that he wasn't the initial aggressor, that he still has responsibility for being in that situation, for being associating with people that could get in that situation. I think he understands the connection there between his lack of reporting and his homelessness, and his other steps that he definitely could and should have taken to be proactive about meeting with his parole officer to get him to not be in a place where he would have to make those kinds of decisions or have to be in a situation to use self-defense in that kind of way. It's our hope. I know we're going to talk further about the plans we put together with him, but it's Mr. Dimes's hope that with better support and better planning that he can make it so he's far less likely to end up in that kind of situation again.
I got it. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, next I'm gonna go and let those people speak so we can see what y'all have prepared for him. I know we do have some questions for Mr. Dys. I mean, I got a question for you, Mr. Dys, that I'm gonna ask also. But so let's hear from Terry Pierce of the Orleans Public Defenders.
Yes, good morning. My name is Terry Pierce. How y'all doing?
Good.
I've been, communicating with Mr. Dimes throughout his incarceration, and Mr. Dimes had issues where he was having problems finding employment due to his convictions rate and the fact that he had been separated from his family members and all, and he was kind of like living on the streets for a while. I see where his mother is ready to embrace him, have a stable home environment for him, and is willing to support him to the fullest and guide him and help him find employment and transport him to different places. I myself would also, should Mr. Dimes be released, do everything I can to help him seek employment and rehabilitation, help him with his problems in any way that I can. But all in the alternative, if this board could feel that Mr. Dimes, it has to be in a controlled environment. We have a place called Recovery Freedom, Restoring Freedom Recovery Center that's willing to accept Mr. Dimes in and for a period of time to help train him, help him with training, with job placement, and any other things that he may need help with. And I was getting them to support a letter of support there, but for some reason it didn't make it. But I have a phone number. If you can call Mr. Brady, and he'll affirm that they are willing to take him in. Okay. But I think the best thing, but the best thing for Mr. Dimes would be is his family. I see he have a lot of family support, and he needs his family. Mr. Dimes is not the type of person that really terrorizing our cities. He just needs help, and he needs guidance, and he needs someone like myself who is willing to really get out there and help him make it in this city. Thank you very much.
Thank you. One quick question: would he be staying there at night, or would he be leaving?
Yes, it's a housing area. It's a housing area.
And how long is the minimum?
I think it's like 90 days or so.
All right, that's what I need to know. Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. LeDoux, for cutting you off.
No, that was, my question was, how long is the program? And the second part of that is, what happens if he's removed from that program? I mean, it's in a meet, which is a long ways from Orleans Parish. And, I'm not certain that that program being in that location would help him for long-term transition into full-time employment. So I
Yes,
just had
ma'am.
some concerns about that.
Yes, ma'am. You're right. You're correct. And like I say, I see where his family is willing to support him to the fullest. His mother have a home for him, and she says she's willing to transport him, seeking jobs and employment. I myself will do all that I can to help Mr. Dimes, because him and
Well,
I.
Mr. Pierce, he has to be willing to stay at his mother's house. I have a feeling that his homelessness was because of substance abuse and a choice. So, I
Yes,
mean,
ma'am.
I'm sitting here thinking, well, we've already been down this road and it didn't work. Okay,
Yes,
he
ma'am.
got out and had that opportunity. I think he chose homelessness, and so.
And sometimes it takes spiritual guidance and someone like myself who can really talk to him and encourage him, someone that really knows how this process works. I understand what it takes to re-enter in society after going through things of this nature. And Mr. Dimes has expressed to me his willingness and his determination, because being housed in the OJC this last few months has been horrible. And he has an alternative, ma'am. If he fails this time, we can do exactly what needs to be done: incarcerate. Mr. Dime doesn't need to be incarcerated. He doesn't want to be incarcerated. And you can see he have a lovely family that's willing to help.
Okay, well, let's get to the family and see what they got to say. Okay, Miss London Takaya, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Tell us what you want us to know about Mr. Dimes.
It's Ikea.
Okay. What you want us to know about it?
I'm sorry, I was thinking. He's loving, he's caring.
Okay. So you have a statement to make on with regards to him? I see you doing your hair.
Yeah,
Okay, well, let's go to the next one, Miss Regina Dimes. Okay, Mr.
Okay,
Regina.
good morning. Okay. I want to say that it wasn't his choice to be homeless. It was like, because I'm disappointed in him. Like, I don't know if you understand that JMAE didn't start to get arrested till he was in his 20s. So, so I really felt like I was doing my job as a parent. Because, I mean, that's crazy for him to start getting arrested in his 20s, because most people doing it in their teenage years, like, start getting in trouble. But, and then again, it wasn't his choice to be homeless. It's just that I was disappointed in him. So, like, yeah, I just didn't want him here because I was disappointed in him. But I am willing fully to support him. He do have a home. I do have a job lined up for him in case he do get out. And I do have can help him with transportation, and I will make sure he see his parole officer and do whatever he needs to do with his parole officer.
I've got a question for you. You said that, okay, so prior to his 20s, you said he wasn't in trouble, wasn't getting arrested. Did he finish high school? Did he finish school?
Well, in his junior year, he was in like high school, plus he was taking college courses. He was in 2 different sports. But in his senior year, he started working to supply his own uniforms and stuff like that. But he just got caught up in a job and he didn't finish school in his senior year.
So he was academic though in his junior year.
Yes, going to college and everything.
And yeah. So let me ask.
I can just say one more thing. I'm sorry.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And then another thing, like I said, he didn't start getting in trouble until he was in his 20s, which I think is ridiculous. But he didn't start getting in trouble. So my oldest son died, his older brother, in 2019, and he started hanging with the wrong person. Like I guess I don't know. I felt like he needed somebody to look up to or something, but he started hanging with the wrong person, and that's when he started getting in trouble in his 20s. But I do know. I know what type of person he is. I miss the person that he was, and I'm trying to get him back to be that person. Like I want to support him.
Okay.
Okay, and I've got another question. Okay, I guess we're talking about drugs here. We're talking about any mental health problems or anything like that that suddenly occurred that maybe.
Like the thing with his brother, his older brother. I mean, like that affected him. I really feel like that affected him.
Yeah.
Losing his brother, yeah.
Okay, so it was so sudden is what I'm saying, according to you.
Yes.
The onset of the difference in his personality.
Yes.
And that happens to people. So I did want to know, so if he were with you and you had to get him back and forth to doctors and stuff like that, that would include all that.
I'll do everything to support him. Because I don't want, I want him to get back on the right track. I don't want him to, this be a routine or nothing like that. I want him to get back on the right track. I know his potentials. I want him to get back to his potentials.
Okay, and then I'm going to ask the public defender at your recovery center. Do y'all have mental health training or treatment or screening or anything like that?
Yes, ma'am. They have a variety of things there that they do. They got a 12-step education program, sober living. They have it's a recovery center that help substance abuse, alternative therapy. They do a variety of things. They have mental health, and job training and everything, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So let's get back to Mr. Dimes. Let me ask you something. I got a couple questions. Why did you get off of him after you had him whipped? You sat on him and beat him some more.
That's not what happened.
Okay, well, tell me what happened.
I was jumped, and
wow, sounds like you won.
I did not. The police report did not justify what happened at all. The person ran up to me, hit me, and we wrestled a little bit, and then like 4 or 5 other people came and helped him out.
Did you have a screwdriver?
I did.
Did you stab him with it?
No.
All right. I have no further questions. Does my colleagues have a question, Ms. Ledoux?
I'm very frustrated that the situation gets to this point where we have resources now, but we didn't have resources when he was on the street. I'm very frustrated with this. Absconding supervision, you were warranted, I guess in 25, so you'll back up to the time that you were warranted, but I'm just very frustrated. I don't have any questions really. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Stapleton made a request for executive session. Do I have a second? Ms. Ledoux?
I concur.
All right, we're going to go into executive session. We'll be back in a few minutes. We need to discuss some confidential matters.
Yes, please.
Okay, Mr. Dimes, we're back in, regular session. Do I have a motion?
Yes.
Okay, do I have a second?
So move.
Okay, so we're back in regular session. Time is 10:04. We've discussed our confidential matters and we're ready to vote. And I'm gonna vote first. We're gonna, I guess it's in lieu of revocation, we're gonna send you to the Recovery Freedom Program. I want you to leave from the jail to go to the program. I don't want you going home first. They'll take you from that jail to that center. And when you get to that center, hopefully they'll be able to do a mental health evaluation to see if you need any help in that area. But so we're voting to release you back on the supervision, but you have to go to it with the special condition that you go to Recovery Freedom. And if you leave that program, the parole officer is to arrest you and bring you back in front of the board. So you better complete the program, you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's
I
my
see
vote.
Mr. Terry. Mr. Terry, do you have something you need to say?
Yes, ma'am. The people from the recovery center, they'll pick him up if y'all releasing him to them.
Yes, we will. We will let them pick him up.
Yes, ma'am. That's okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right. Ms. Ledoux?
I'm very disappointed in this whole situation. I think y'all sense that, but my vote is to, in lieu of revocation, send him to the specified program identified by Mr. Pierce. And he is to stay there for the duration of that program. If for some reason he is released, he needs to be picked up by our agent and returned to custody. He is to have a mental health evaluation while he is in custody. I mean, while he is in the program.
And Ms. Stapleton?
I concur with Ms. Ledoux, and I'm very serious about the mental health screening. And we're very serious that if for some reason you just walk away like people do, you're going to be brought back to jail and then you will end up in front of us again. So I concur with my colleagues.
Okay, good luck to you. They're gonna pick you up, bring you to the program, listen and get what you can out of it and go home to your mother. She seems like a loving mother and hopefully everything will get back on track. Okay? Thank y'all for appearing today.
Thank y'all. Have a good day.
Can I talk to you, Mr. Terry?
Okay, good morning. We're now at the IBERIA Parish Jail. My name is Pete Freeman. I'm the acting chair. Along with me is Ms. Stapleton to my right and Ms. Ledoux joining us on Zoom. We're here now for the hearing on TRESEAN Jones. Mr. Jones, please state your name and DLC number for the record.
TRESEAN Jones, 744-958.
Okay. Do you have your parole questionnaire with you, Mr. Jones? We'll put it up on the screen. We'll put it up on the screen. Tell me if that's your signature.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, that says you're not eligible for appointed counsel. If you want appointed counsel, you'd have had to, if you wanted counsel, you'd have had to retain counsel. So are you ready to proceed today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna read your violations. I was assigned your case, and then we will discuss them, okay? You can
Yes,
plead
sir.
guilty, not guilty, with or without a statement, all right?
Yes, sir.
Also, we do have Anna Woods, the PMP agent, who will be testifying. So,
Yes.
it is alleged you violated condition number 4. You will not engage in any criminal activity or associate with people who are known to be involved in criminal activity, avoid bars and casinos, and refrain from illegal drugs or alcohol. It is alleged you failed to refrain from criminal activity on 8/14/24 by battering a person. Subsequently, a warrant was issued for your arrest for the charge of aggravated battery on 8/14/24. The warrant was executed by the New Iberia Police Department on 12/21/24. This charge is still pending. How do you plead to that violation?
Not guilty.
Okay, and the next one is condition number 5. You should not have a firearm in your possession. And it is alleged that you had you failed from refrain for possessing or controlling firearms and dangerous weapons when you were arrested by the New Iberia Police Department on 12/1/24 and charged with aggravated assault with a firearm, illegal use of a weapon, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. How do you plead to that charge?
Not guilty.
And you're $882 delinquent in your supervision fees. How do you plead to that charge?
Wait, say it again, sir.
You delinquent $882 on your supervision fees.
I was waiting for my appointment December 5th to see if they going to accept me with my disability. I couldn't work. I catch seizures, sir. I got epilepsy.
All right, so you were applying for disability?
Yes, sir. I was waiting to go December 5th. I come to jail November 30th. My police report is saying how they caught me. I ain't never have no firearm, and I have proof that I had printed it out to the judge that the girl mother is lying on me, and she's still texting me still to this day.
How's she texting you?
On the chaos on the correct pay.
Correct pay. Okay. All right. So let's talk about what happened on that day. Okay, let's get to that. So you and your girlfriend had an argument or a fight or what?
No, sir, we didn't have none of that.
So you didn't go to her house and shoot through a window and
sir,
ran out the house and had to call police?
No, sir, that was already there because they just moved in that house, sir. That was that's all lies. That's why they had kicked them out that house because they don't pay their rent and all this. The mama, she just wanted money.
Okay, and what about her left eye? Why was it swollen?
Look, I don't know nothing about. I wasn't even around her that night or that whole week.
Okay, so you don't know how the window got broken that was shot through?
No, sir. I was way to my people house. What they found me at. with no firearm in my possession, nothing.
Huh. What about the little boy? Who's the little boy that was involved? The child?
I don't know nothing for that. That's all new.
Okay. All right. There's a lot of stuff in the arrest report. Said you grabbed about a hair, you did a whole bunch of things. that
No,
you did.
sir.
Okay, does any of my colleagues, have any questions?
No, I just agree with you that when I read the police report, yeah, it involved the children, it involved, the weapon and her getting hurt and threatening to kill the kids and her.
No, ma'am. I have a little boy. Why would I do that to somebody else's kids? No.
Why you been sitting in jail so long? What's going on with the case?
That's what I'm trying to see. That's what I'm trying to see.
Jail
Mr.
16 months.
Sir,
When you go back to court?
I'm waiting for a court date. Richard Spears, I've been getting in touch with my lawyer. They just been
You also
I'd like-
realize you got an expiration date of 9/26, I think you get out. Would have been your good time date?
That was my full term date.
Yeah, full term date. Was
I would
9.
like to hear from Agent Woods to see what she has to say.
I was going to her after we finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, Agent Woods, let's go on and get to you.
Yes, good morning. Anna Woods at Probation and Parole. I'm Mr. Jones's supervising officer. The aggravated battery that took place in August of 2025 was actually null prost. I'm sorry, August of 2024. It was actually null prost on 4/1 of 2025. I do acknowledge that it was null prost. However, the arrest report does indicate that injuries were observed on the victim, so I'm not sure why it was null prost. As far as the rest of the pending charges for the aggravated assault, second-degree kidnapping, illegal use of weapons, he does have a trial date of May 11th. That trial date has been continued several times, so it would not surprise me if it gets continued again. I'd also like to point out that this is not the first time that we've had to go through the violation process with Mr. Jones on this period of supervision. He had been arrested for possession of marijuana and obstruction of justice back in September of 2023, which was only about a month after being released to good time supervision. Those charges were refused and he was issued a verbal reprimand by the board and he was allowed to continue on supervision. But here we are again in the violation process. So based on the overall history of the case, our recommendation is to revoke.
Okay, and I thank you very much for appearing, and that was very professionally done. Make us
Thank you.
proud.
Thank
Okay,
you.
do either of my colleagues have questions for the probation officer?
I do notice that when he was booked into the jail, he did test positive for THC.
Yes, and he had been going to Keys for Sober Living. There was a lot of pushback from him regarding that. He did complete the program, but he was still positive when he was booked into the jail, so I'm not sure if the program really worked for him.
Okay, thank you again. All right, you have anything else you'd like to say before we vote, Mr. Jones?
Yes, sir, because I had finished the program and my PO, Mrs. Anna, words was before I went seal. The last time I went seal was November 20-something, 24, I think. She told me the next time I was gonna come, she was gonna have my certificate, stay out of trouble. I was. I'm trying to see because they picked up the same person that I associate kidnapped, and they asked her some questions. They bought her on Main Street and she cooperated. She told them, no, I wasn't hurt and all this. So I don't understand what's going on with all this.
Right, that's gonna be a court issue. Okay, is the panel ready to vote?
Oh, yeah.
All right, Mr. Jones, as a state, been in jail 16 months and reading the arrest report, I think there's enough probable cause here and enough to believe that you violated condition number 4, especially you were positive when you went into the jail for drugs. So we know you did that, and that was after treatment. And so my vote today is to revoke violation of condition number 4 and number 5.
Okay, and I concur with, Mr. Freeman, violation of number 4 and number 5 for the same reason.
And Ms. Ledoux.
Taking in the totality of his period of supervision, and the preponderance of evidence of the criminal conduct, my vote is also to revoke. We've not had the ability to supervise him because he's unsupervisable at this point.
Okay. All right, so your probation been revoked. Your parole's been revoked. Good luck to you, sir. We're closing out at IBERIA Parish.
Yes, sir.
Your card. Quiet. Who's calling?
They probably don't even know they signed.
I don't know who this is, so I'm gonna buy them. Louisiana board, yeah, she knew.
They got theirs muted, see, I was not muted.
They just said you're muted. You need you unmute. Because you're on. We were never unmuted.
Bigger.
Y'all leaving for the package. That forward. Security unit, please. Where?
Here we go, it's starting now.
All right, parole board is called back to order. We are now at the Richland STEP program, a rehearing on James and Cardez. Mr. Cardez, state your name and DOC number for the record.
Name's James and Cardez, DOC number 331838.
Okay, Mr. Cardez, do you have your parole questionnaire in front of you? Your parole hearing, okay. Okay, Mr. Cardez, today we're here to have your parole hearing. We will, it'll be conducted by Ms. Stapleton. I'm trying to get to the first sheet of your rap sheet. Here's some information I want to put into the record. Your parole eligibility date was 6/1/22. Your adjusted diminution of sentence date is 9/5/32, and your full term is 8/31/33, and you're serving a 15-year sentence. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The guard in there, does he want to introduce himself? Give it.
He stepped out.
Okay, we don't really need him. Okay, Mr. Cardez, you will have speaking on your behalf today, Karen and Cardez, your sister-in-law, and Misty and Cardez, your wife, and also speaking in opposition, we will have Ms. Marks. So we will get to the speakers at the proper time. I'm gonna turn your case over to Ms. Stapleton.
Okay. Mr. ENCARDES, will you explain to me, tell me the story of what brought you here today and what happened?
What happened? I made a wrong decision. I regret my decision, and I've been rehabilitating myself since I've been incarcerated to change my life.
Okay, what was the decision that was wrong? What was the wrong decision?
I went and committed a crime. I went and did a burglary and did a lot of things I shouldn't have did.
How many burglaries? What,
I think two of them. I'm sure. I think it was two of them.
Okay, well, I've got 10 different counts here. You know, simple burglaries of an inhabited dwelling, 6 counts. There's more.
Yes, ma'am. I just don't have the papers in front of me to see all the charges that I had against me.
I see. Okay. All right. All right. Well, then, is that all you have to say about it?
No, I regret my mistakes. I take full responsibility for my mistakes, my actions, and I want to go home to my family. I've been rehabilitating myself since 2018, since I've been incarcerated, to change my life, to be a better person and not commit any crimes, be the working man that I was.
Well, a little bit later, we'll talk about the different classes that you've taken. We're gonna let your sister-in-law speak on your behalf. Well, is the warden in there or anybody in there that would like to speak on your behalf?
No, they're not in there.
Okay, I didn't see. Okay, so your sister-in-law, Ms. ENCARDES, would you like to say something, please?
Yeah, I think that we've definitely seen a change in him, you know, as I'm sure he has himself. He's done a lot of thinking. He's had a long time to think about these things that he's done, and I know he's not, you know, proud of it. I believe after all this time, he's been able to see the impact that it's had, not only on him, but his family. And, you know, it's hard, and I know he's done and continues to do all he can to better himself, put himself in these programs that he's, you know, completing, and to help him grow as a person and to just be a better version of himself. And I believe they're helping him to realize that he really needed to make some serious changes and stick with those changes. You know, every time we talk to him, it's like, you know, he regrets everything, and you never think in the moment of what you're doing, but I believe he's had some changes and he's ready to come home and, you know, be there for his family that he's missing out on. And so that's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, next we have Misty ENCARDES, your wife. You're on mute, Misty. Okay, now we
Yes,
can.
ma'am.
Okay,
Hi. How you doing?
I'm fine.
This is my daughter Sierra, which is also his daughter. We have he has grandbabies now. He has not seen 3 of them. Beautiful babies. One is 2, one's 3, one's 4. He also has a job lined up when he comes home. I also will support him in all the good decisions he's going to make because he will be making them. He also will be having a drive back and forth with me, parole, visits, all that. I'm here to support him in any way I can.
All right, thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, so at this time, do I go to my
Ms. Moore.
opposition?
Mhm.
Okay, right now we have Miss Kristen Marks. She was one of the victims. Go ahead, Kristen.
Hello. One of the things I really wanted to know was the classes that he's taken and the steps he's taken for rehabilitation. That was the reason I said no last time, was because there was no steps taken.
Would you rather wait until after we ask him about all his classes and see what he's done before you make a statement?
Would that be okay?
Yes, ma'am. Sure will.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna come back to you. All right, so let's question him.
Okay.
What classes did you take?
Yes.
I just completed the Steve Hall program.
That's a great
Victim awareness, mental assessment, social living in balance, unlock your thinking. I have a 6 months on hands training of plumbing in 2020 from the Department of Corrections. I have for the completion of process 2 of the reentry pre-release programs, concession of the 100 hours of introduction of personal development, problem solving, decision making, anger management, domestic violence considered goal starting, general starting, advance of victim awareness, and reconsider development. I can't re-entry.
Okay, we got them all listed. Let's ask a question about a few of them. I know where Ms. Cowles got you first.
Yeah.
What did you learn in victim awareness?
There you go.
What I learned in victim awareness, I learned how to accept my responsibilities, how to change my ways, change the people I hang with, the thoughts that the decisions that I make, and learn how to be a man, be a citizen, go do what I do best. I worked hard. I never hurt nobody. And I never realized it until I took these classes that, I didn't only hurt my family, I hurt the victims, I hurt myself, I hurt my friends, the people that really cared about me. I just made a wrong decision. And it taught me how to not make them decisions no more.
Well, let me ask you something specifically. Burglaries of a dwelling. What do you think that does to a person when they come home and their personal property has been stolen? Somebody's invaded that area and gone through all the things and they never get to see it again. And what kind of things do you think you took that is irreplaceable to them?
The main one is the security. The security, they families, and not feeling safe no more.
That's true.
That is true.
That's true. And what else? As far as something you can put your hands on, what would you think that you took that?
I took took property that wasn't mine, be honest with you. I took things from them that they treasure, that they worked hard for. And, you know, things that can't be replaced. Mhm.
Yes, like
Very
the
good.
different forms of jewelry, and y'all took a lot of jewelry, so it could be things that was heirloom jewelry that
Yes,
they were
ma'am.
passed down. I mean, it's just gone.
Yes, ma'am.
First thing's the safety, because somebody's broken. That's number one. That's a big awareness. Second thing is the sense of loss that something is irreplaceable to them. And you've got a very long list of theft. And some of the ones I read, and these are individual. One of them says a home was so damaged it looked like it was a hate crime. So it's not even, they can't even fix it up. And then several was undetermined amounts of what the cost was to replace things. But every one of them had restitution. Were you ordered restitution, or is this just what they want?
No, I wasn't ordered restitution, no, ma'am.
Okay, so, all right, so here's one, $10,338, another one, $2,717, another one, $6,500, another one, $400, another one, $600, another one, $1,650, another one, $3,000. Individuals, all different crimes.
Yes, ma'am.
That's their loss on top of other things. And I understand y'all went into a trailer, you and another person, and there was a person that was deceased. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, how did you handle that one?
We was really, how did I handle it? I walked out. I didn't, I walked out. I didn't stay in the, I wasn't there for that. I wasn't, no, I walked out. I couldn't, handle it.
Mhm.
That's where I stopped the line at. That's when I woke up and I kind of, how to say it, smell the coffee. No, that wasn't for me. I'm not that type of person. I don't believe in, you know, that type of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Of course, it goes on and on. You have a long list of thefts.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
you do have a long list of programs, which is
Yes.
what this lady was looking for. So it seems like, yeah, you decided to take account of your life. So I'm very happy to hear that.
Yes.
And you take out of the programs, tell me which one did you get the most out of, that you think you got the most out of?
A lot of them, a lot of things I didn't never know, you know, that like the impact on people. I never knew that. If you look through my life, I never hurt nobody. I never knew what I knew what I was doing, but I didn't know the impact that it took on people and the lives you hurt, the people you hurt, the kids you hurt. You know, I never wanted to hurt anyone. You know, I was foolish with my mistakes, and I regret it every day. I regret my mistakes every day. That's kind of like how they said. I'm trying to think. I got so many certificates that it's really victim impact. That was my main one that I kind of really took part in, that I really was there for, because I never wanted to hurt anyone. That was my main one, and that's where I saw that everyone that I hurt my family, the victims, my friends, the ones that cared about me, you know, that I mean, that's the main one I took part in, was the victim impact, because, you know, I have 3 grandkids I have never seen. You know, I have a family that needs me, but by the choices I made, I'm in here. You know, when they need me the most, and family that do love me. I even have a boss that loves me. He even, after all this time, willing to put me to work, you know, and that's what I do. I work for a living, but I mean, I just made a bad decision.
Was alcohol and drugs at the core of this? I mean,
Yes,
did you have
ma'am.
a problem?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
drug
ma'am.
seeking, so you were looking for things just to sell?
Yes, ma'am.
Because
I-
that you did some of the victim statements too.
Yes, ma'am. I had seen an old friend, and be honest with you, I just kind of like, I don't know, it's really, it hurts me to say it, but I let somebody, I was a follower instead of a leader and just walk away. That's another thing I learned how to, your environment is what helps you. Like, my wife had made a statement to me one time, who you think called and see how you doing, if you need anything. Not their person that you was committing crimes with. The people that you worked with is still by your side. But the people that, led you to do what you did, they ain't there one of them ever asked about you. And that made me open my eyes and realize, the people that I hang with is hardworking people. And I'm a hard worker. And when I made a decision to hang with somebody that has nothing about life, and try to be there for them, and I fell back into something that, that my whole life has changed. I mean, I work hard, I do the right thing in life, I be able to home with my family every day, and I let this person take that from me. So that's not the life I want to live or the people I want to hang with anymore. I want to hang with people that had me doing right in life, that was by my side. Things when I needed things or help with something, they was always there for me. The people that got me in trouble wasn't never there for me, won't ever be there for me, and I never want them in my life again. I just want to go out there, work hard for my family. I apologize for what I did. Man, it hurts me every day I think about what I did, because now I know how I hurt people, and that's not something I do. I don't hurt nobody. I help anybody. Anybody that knows me knows that I help people.
Okay, let's move on. Okay. I think we understand that you're kind of starting to repeat, and I don't blame you. I'd be a little nervous today too.
Yes, sir.
Got any other questions?
No, I don't.
Okay, I do. I see you went to Steve Hall.
Yes.
And, those that don't know, Steve Hall's the best substance abuse program.
Oh, yes.
I feel. I'm not saying it's the best one we have in the state, but I feel it's a great program. How did you go to that? You volunteered to go? Or
Yes, sir. I volunteered.
That's
Yes,
what I want to get to. So you volunteered to go to that program?
Yes, sir. They had it normal. I was in a Balls Correctional Center, and I was asked about the program, and I'm about to any rehabilitation that I could get, I want. And
Well,
that's
tell me about the Steve Hall program. Are you an alcoholic? Are you a drug addict?
Yes, sir. I was. Yes, sir.
What do you do when you get out to make sure you don't go back to those drugs?
Stay away from change my people and places and things. Stay away from the people that involves themselves with that. I was taught to where, it's you can have friends, but you really I don't want friends that do drugs and alcohol, because look what it led me to.
Correct.
If you go,
What about any other help? You could do AA when you get out?
yes, sir, I do want to do that. I do want to go to classes when I'm able. I do because I like to go to AA, because you can express yourself, and it helps you keep away from that, let you know that you don't need that in your life, and it always reminds you of your wrong you did.
Yeah, you got to have a good support system. I suggest get a real good sponsor too. Okay, I think we went over your classes pretty good, so I'm going to go back to Miss Kristen Marks. Miss Marks.
Hi.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question, if that's okay.
Ma'am.
If somebody's released on parole, are they still checked on regularly?
Yeah, he'll have a supervising officer for, I think looks like, how many years you been in prison?
8 years.
So you got 7 years left. So he's going to be supervised for 7 years. He will have people visiting him and making sure that any conditions we put on him, which if he's paroled today, we will probably add some conditions. I know I would. That he has to complete, and they make sure he does everything we said he needs to do. Plus, he would probably have random drug screens and alcohol testing.
That's what I was hoping for, is the drug testing and the alcohol, and enforcing him keep a job, because to be honest with you, I mean, we're all humans. It's hard to stay out of trouble when you have nothing to do. I really do appreciate that he acknowledged that he took the feeling of safety out of people's homes. I appreciated that, because that took responsibility. I like the fact that he did take, advantage of the programs that y'all have to offer. I trust in y'all's decision. If y'all feel that he's ready to go back into the world, I'll respect it. I just pray that he's able to stay away from bad people and make good decisions.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Good.
We greatly appreciate you attending today, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. Let's see, Mr. Ledoux, do you have any questions for him?
The only thing that I would like to ask is about your disciplinary behavior while you've been incarcerated. I wasn't able to get a real good feel on how many write-ups you've had. I think your last one was in 2022, which was a contraband. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. It was cigarettes. It was, that's the only
Okay.
write-up I ever had.
Okay. Any other significant write-ups while you've been
Oh,
incarcerated?
No write-ups at all, none. I don't, I picked, that's why I said I picked the people that I hang around, and you gotta start somewhere, and I had to start here. So I chose the people I hang around to stay out of trouble. So that's why I don't have no write-ups, because I have a goal now. I was taught if you got a goal, you go somewhere. If you don't go nowhere, and it's the people you hang around. You gotta start somewhere, and I had to start here. And that's what I did, and I never had another write-up.
I want to ask you a question. This is your first arrest was at age 12. Do you think if you'd have gone to prison earlier, you would have had and learned the things you've learned, it would have been better for you?
Yes, ma'am. I never had any type of program, and since that's why I said I love any rehabilitation. I took it all since the day I got incarcerated, and I took every program, and then now it has me. I was already, thinking different, but now it has me with a different outcome, a look on life, the type of things that you do. Think before you react. Think it for a change. Always think before you react. Think before you put yourself in situations, and that's why, these programs really helped me, with a lot. It has changed my life. Not
Okay.
only with
Okay,
my
well, let me so I would also like for this to be on the record that you need to look at your restitution. And if it's not court ordered, I think that you need to take some responsibility for restitution. I'm prepared to vote, Mr. Chairman, at the appropriate time.
Okay, and you pointed out something, Ms. Ledoux, that I really want. This is really your first time doing hard time, huh?
It's my second time.
Okay,
The first time really doing hard time, yes, sir. Really hard. This is really was like the life changer for me. Was this? I'm 52 years old, and it's kind of like, man, it made me think when I took these programs and all that, to think, what are you doing?
Okay, panel's ready to vote. Are you ready, Ms. Carroll?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm
What's
looking.
that? They already spoke. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I see that you've served, well, your sentence was for 15 years. You've been on good time release before, you've been on supervision before,
Yes, ma'am.
right?
Yes, ma'am, and I completed.
Yeah, and then you got into all of this.
Yes, ma'am.
And the DA's remarks is that, you're a career, this is career theft that you've done. This is like a serial theft. So, there were at least 10 victims in this case. And, the DA, the Attorney General, and the Sheriff's Office, they're all opposed to it, to your, and I think you're on the right track. I know you're on the right track. From everything you said, I know you're on the right track. But I think you need some more time because these people are suffering, in some cases, a lifetime sentence for what happened to them. So my vote today is, to deny.
Okay, my vote today is to grant, with the special conditions that you go to at least 2 AA meetings a week.
Yes, sir.
You get a sponsor.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you are to be full-time employed
Yes, sir.
and do not ever go around any of these victims again.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure that they may seek civil liability, which may, and if you got to go to court, you go to court. But other than that, I want you to have no association with them.
Yes, sir.
So that's my vote today. Ms. Ledoux?
My vote is to grant parole, but to stipulate that you seek to pay restitution.
Yes, ma'am.
You can initiate that and you can seek to pay restitution. I believe you've articulated a path forward, and I will concur with the chair regarding your AANA participation.
Yes, ma'am.
I will say that Ms. Marks, I appreciate your attendance at today's meeting and your comments, and this a lot of confidence you place in the board, but we do hope that this is good justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you too, Ms. Moulton.
Okay, well, sorry to say, but your vote is 2-1 and you have to have a unanimous board. So keep up the good work. You're doing a good job, and reapply as soon as possible. Keep, like I say, please keep your head up. You're doing a good job.
Yes, sir.
Okay? All right. Okay, we're signing off at 11:10.